Welcome friends. I am Dr. V.K. Chauhan, homeopathic physician. Revise with me homeopathic remedy Actaea Racemosa. We are dealing with part 6 and this is MCQ review. This part has been contributed by Dr. Cheshta, Dr. Takshila, Dr. Prabhlin, Dr. Nitu, Dr. Shikha and Dr. Anchal. The first MCQ is, what is the common name of Actaea racemosa? Variables are A. Black cohosh, B. Black snake root, C. Macrotyes, and D. All of above. Answer is D. All of above. Second MCQ is, for mania following disappearance of rheumatism, which of the following remedies is indicated? Variables are A. Actaea racemosa, B. Mcq, C. Platina, D. Anacardium, and the answer is A. Actaea racemosa. MCQ 3 deals with webbing sensation or sensation of opening and shutting in the brain is characteristic of which drug? We have variables Plumbum metallicum, Simicifuga racemosa, Natrum mur, and fourth is Lac defloratum. Answer is B. Simicifuga racemosa. MCQ number 4 is, inframammary pain worse on left side is found in. Variables are A. Actaea racemosa, B. Ustiligo C. Both, and D is graphitis. The answer is C, where we find this symptom is present in Actaea racemosa as well as Ustiligo. MCQ number 5, drug used for ivory poisoning locally as well as internally is number 1, Actaea racemosa, B. Rustox, C. Rust veneta, and D. All of above. The answer is Actaea racemosa, and the reference for this is, we will go to Boric materia medica, Simicifuga racemosa, skin, locally and internally for IV poisoning. The sixth MCQ is, patient is worse during menses in which drug? Variable A is pulsatilla, B is hemamelis, C is Actaea racemosa, and D is all of above. We have answer D, all of above. The MCQ number 7, for choreic movements accompanied by rheumatism, which of the following drug is used? Variable A, Actaea racemosa, variable B, cupramars, variable C, benzoic acid, and D is spigelia. The answer is A, Actaea racemosa. MCQ number 8, for after pains with great sensitiveness and intolerance to pain, the medicine which can be thought of is variable A, Actaea racemosa, B, colophyllum, C, cuprum met, and D, all of above. Answer is A. Actaea Racemosa. The next question is ninth. All the symptoms are worse during menses. More profuse the flu, greater the suffering is a feature of A. Variable is Actaea Racemosa, B is pulsatilla, C is cocculus, D all of above. Answer is D all of above. The MCQ number 10 is muscular soreness, a bruised feeling all over the body. We have A. Arnica, B. Pyrogen, C. Actaea racemosa, and D. Eupatorium. E for all of above. And answer is all of above. 11th MCQ is pain like electrical shocks shoots from side to side, and we have first variable Actaea racemosa, B is Staphysagaria, C is Apis, and D is all of above. We have the answer A. Actaea racemosa. 12th MCQ is illusion as if a dark cloud hung over her head, mouse running under her chair is a feature of A. Actaea racemosa, B. belladonna, C. cannabis indica, and D. Ethusa synopium. Answer is A. Actaea racemosa. The 13th question is shivering during the first stage of labor is a feature of variables. We have A for colophylum, B. Actaea racemosa, C. belladonna, and D. all of above. Answer is B. Actaea racemosa. The MCQ number 14 is tendency for miscarriage, especially in the third month. And we have the variables A. Actaea racemosa, B. belladonna, C. sickle core, and D is for all of above. And we have the remedy D all of above. 15th MCQ is heart troubles as a reflex of uterine or ovarian troubles or is a feature of variable A. Lilium tig, B. Actaea racemosa, C. both A and B, and D is for none of above. We have answer C. It indicates Lilium tig and Actaea racemosa. MCQ number 16. Rheumatism alternates with mental symptoms is found in A. Actaea racemosa, B. bismuth, C. pulsatilla, and D is ignatia. And the answer is A. Actaea racemosa. 17th MCQ is homeopathic milk for allopathic babes is an indication for A for Actaea spicata, B. Actaea racemosa, C. laccan, and D. none of above. We have answer B. Actaea racemosa, and the reference is Hughes Pharmacodynamics, excellent in its way, got the nickname homeopathic milk for allopathic babes, for his great object was evidently to reconcile homeopathy or at least to make it acceptable to old school practitioners of his days. And the reference is Mcq Racemosa by Margaret Lucy Tyler. The MCQ 18. The recently delivered uterus becomes jammed in the pelvis with great pain. It has ensured live birth in women who have previously born only dead children. And we have the variables. A is for Actaea Racemosa, B Colophilum, C Pulsatilla, and D none. Answer is A Actaea Racemosa. The 19th question is Actaea Racemosa was proved by A. Hahnemann, B. Hughes, C. Allens, and D. Herring. Answer is B. Dr. Hughes. MCQ number 20. Cimicifuga has a marked action on A. Nerves, B. On muscles, C. Female genitalia, and D. All of above. Answer is D. All of above. The 21st MCQ is the drug attacks eyes in a marked degree, but it is pointed out that it is through eye muscles. Dr. Tyler has said this regarding which drug? Variables. A is for physostigma, B. euphrasia, C. ruta, and D. Actaea racemosa. Answer is D. Actaea racemosa. The 23rd MCQ is ciliary neuralgia, aggravated going upstairs and ameliorated going downstairs. We have variables. A for Actaea racemosa, B belladonna, C both, and D none of above. Answer is A Actaea racemosa. The 24th question is palpitation from least motion. We have variables. A is digitalis, B Actaea racemosa, C both A and B, and D stands for none of above. The answer is C, where we find digitalis and Actaea racemosa both are there for palpitation from least motion. 25th MCQ is spasms worse during menses, and we have variables cuprum metallicum, Actaea racemosa, C is for both of above, and D is for none of above. The answer is C, B, both. Actaea racemosa is the answer. The 26th MCQ is excessive muscular soreness after dancing or skating or other violent muscular exercise is a feature of variable A. Rustox, B. Actaea spicata, C. Actaea racemosa, and D is none of above. The answer is C. Actaea racemosa. 27th MCQ is rheumatism affecting bellies of muscles. We have variables A. Actaea racemosa, B. Rustox, C. both A and B, and D. all of above. Answer is A. Actaea racemosa. 28th MCQ is rheumatic pain in muscles of neck and back. Worse using arms in sewing, typewriting, and piano playing. The variables include A. Actaea Racemosa, B. Ranunculus bulbosus, C. Agaricus, D. All of above. Answer is D. All of above. 29th MCQ is pregnancy, false labor-like pains, sharp pain in the abdomen, shifting from side to side is a feature of. Variable A stands for Sabina, B. Actaea racemosa, C. Both A and B, and D is for none of above. And we have the answer C. Both A and B, Sabina and Actaea racemosa. The 30th MCQ is menses, irregular and exhausting. Variables are alumina, cocculus, Actaea racemosa, all of above. Answer is D, all of above. 31st MCQ is Actaea racemosa is better from A. Warmth, B. Eating, C. After menses, D. All of above. Answer is D. All of above. 32nd question is Actaea racemosa is worse from A. Cold, B. Morning, C. Menses, and D. All of above. Answer is A. Cold. This is 33rd. Actaea racemosa is antidoted by. This is 33rd MCQ. Actaea racemosa is antidoted by A. Baptisia, B. Arsenic, C. Cinna, and D. None of above. Answer is B. Cinna. 34th MCQ is menses in Actaea racemosa are A. Scanty, dark and coagulated, B. Profuse, dark and coagulated, C. Profuse, dark and watery, and D. Scanty, light and coagulated. Answer is D. 31st MCQ is Actaea racemosa patient is A. Fears riding in a closed carriage, B. Visions of rat, C. Sensation of a cloud enveloping the head, and fourth is all of above. Answer is D. All of above. The 36th MCQ is action of Actaea racemosa is more on A. Cerebrospinal system, B. Muscular system, C. On the ovaries, and D. On uterus. E stands for all of above. Answer is D. All of above. The 37th MCQ is which of the following is true with respect to Actaea racemosa? A. Lessens the frequency of pulse, B. Soothes pain, C. Allays irritability, and D. All of above. Answer is D. All of above. The 38th MCQ is in Actaea racemosa, pain goes A. From hip to hip across the pelvis, B. Goes from above downwards, C. From hip to shoulder of opposite side, and D is for all of above. Answer is A, from hip to hip across the pelvis is the answer. The 39th MCQ is sinking in the epigastrium is found in A. Actaea racemosa, B. sepia, C. Sulfuric acid, sulfur, and D. All of above. Answer is A. Actaea racemosa. Thank you. Thank you very much for patient listening.